I wanted to make another Monster Hunter video because I didn't want to leave anyone kind of stuck wondering whether they should progress towards the mid game or slow down and grind it out a little more before completing the game once. So if you don't know, Monster Hunter now has a story, right? You've been completing it. You've been completing chapters of the story. Once you kill the Rathalos, there's a urgent Rathalos. Once you kill that Rathalos, you enter into chapter 2 or story run 2. New game plus, let's say, right? All the same stuff again, but it's harder. And I wanted to give you this piece of advice because I've seen it time and time again. Wherever I've looked up the game, wherever people are talking about Monster Hunter now, they're saying, don't complete the story until you have like the basic materials that you're going to need to handle what happens once you enter that second round of story chapters again. Because the game gets exponentially more difficult after you beat that final Rathalos urgent quest. After you beat that final Rathalos urgent quest, the game opens up, you start to see purple star monsters, and you might not be ready for it. So I want to give you a good idea of when you want to beat that Rathalos. You might be stuck. I mean, you're honestly supposed to kind of get stuck not being able to beat that Rathalos so that you're ready to do it. However, if you have enough skill, you can overcome that Rathalos, or luck. There's a luck component as well. And if you're lucky enough or skillful enough, you can beat it early and get yourself into some trouble. I'm actually there. I actually did not follow my own advice. I did not slow down. I powered through, and now I'm okay. I'm okay because I do have some good weapons, and there are still plenty of monsters spawning that are under, 5 stars, under purple stars, that I'm okay. But let me go ahead and break this down for you. I want to give you a good idea of where I'm at. And if you are under this, if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, if you're like, Rathel, what urgent second chapter? Okay. I have 2 other videos in this playlist, and they serve as kind of a tutorial. Like the first thing you want to do, and this is kind of a guide in itself. What I'm doing here with this video is kind of giving you a mid-game guide. And I'll tell you how to get to this point. And what you have to do at this point is just play the game like normal. The first thing you're going to do is build a full Gyros set of armor. And you're going to focus on one weapon. I'm going to show you the weapon as I go through and show you all the gear that I've built. But there's one weapon to focus on. Build a full Gyros set. That's goal number 1. Okay. Once you've done that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to have to kill that Palamu, the 5-star furry guy that flies around and breathes out his neck like a pufferfish. Okay, he sucks. He's hard to beat. You're going to need a fire weapon to beat him. I got a video on both of these things if you need more detail on this stuff. That's part 2. Then the next thing you have to do is beat the Rathalos. However, what I'm saying in this video, this guide, is slow down. Maybe don't beat that Rathalos just yet until you have some basic things. Because everything gets harder as soon as you beat that Rathalos. That's the tip, okay? And so this is what I mean. As now I'm in, I'm doing the second. I've already beat that Rathalos. I'm into the second phase. I'm into chapter 2. Everything just repeats, but everything gets harder. This is the weapon I was talking about, the Jaggeris Edge. This is the only weapon you need. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't beat the 5-star Palomu, just keep upgrading this weapon because this is an end game weapon. And you want to upgrade basically before you beat that Rathalos. You want all of your weapons to look like this and require things that you can't get. You can't get Fanged Wyvern gems until you beat that Rathalos. So you should upgrade all of your weapons that you're using to the point where they need Fanged Wyvern gems. Now, you have a bit of a buffer there as well because I still need, you can see, a ton of great Jaggeris Prime Scales. You can get those before you take out that Rathalos. And I would suggest that you be on your way towards having that completed. And don't worry, we're going to talk about those weapon refining parts. There is a caveat to this whole thing, and it will be coming up in this video. But here, this is a big tip. This is one of the first weapons you get. It's one of the best weapons because of the water damage. Here's another thing that people keep asking. I keep seeing this. Do I use base damage or do I use element damage? Should I look for a higher base damage or a higher element damage? Should I play into the weakness of the monster? And the answer is 1,000,000% yes. In this Monster Hunter, various Monster Hunters handle elemental damage differently. This Monster Hunter now, right now at the time of recording, is heavily skewed towards elemental damage. So yes, you want to use elemental damage over raw damage. It is extremely, extremely effective against these monsters. So use the weapon. It's just use the weapon. If the monster is weak towards water, use the water sword. Okay, it's that basic. If they're weak towards fire, use the fire sword, so on and so forth. And most of the early monsters are all weak towards water. In particular, Anjanath, Tobi-Kadachi. These are two of your really big farms, and they're both weak towards water. Gyros, weak towards water. Yankutku doesn't really matter, but it's basically that Anjanath and that Tobi-Kadachi, which is going to unlock other monsters for you, other extremely strong fire weapons and lightning weapons respectively. And you're going to see those built out in my build as well. One of the major things you're going to need to do, one of the things you want to do before you beat that Rathalos is kill a lot of Diablos. And to kill Diablos, you're going to need an ice weapon. And to do that, you're going to need to kill Lagania. You need a fire weapon to kill Lagania. And they're tough. They suck. But once you get an ice weapon, Diablos actually becomes extremely easy to beat. I find it to be not as easy as Anjanath, but very, very close. And you want to build this up. You want to have this in place. Like I said, to this level, where all you need are these Lagania plates that you cannot get until you beat the Rathalos. So farm your weapons up to the point where you can't farm them no more, and then you know you're ready for the mid game. Not the end game, guys. There's still a lot to this game. I know people that are unlocking 3 purple stars. I don't know if 4 purple stars are out there, but there are people really speeding through this game. I wouldn't be those people. Here is an example of something I did wrong. So I have this lightning weapon. This weapon is not ready for the mid game. I am underprepared. I need to be farming Rathalos right now, but I can't because my lightning weapon sucks. So I should have farmed more Tobi-Kadachi earlier on. Now I don't think I'm far away from having this end game, and or mid game. I think I'm right there on it. So another couple Tobi-Kadachi, I'll be here, and then I can start farming Rathalos. Why? I'll tell you why. It's coming up in the video. I'm doing a great job right now. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. Who knows, if people keep watching this, I'll keep making Monster Hunter videos. I love this game. All right. Fire weapon. Here's another good example. I have failed to build this enough. The fire weapon, however, the Anjanath weapons, they get really, really strong, really, really fast. So I'm getting by with this. I mean, what's weak towards fire? Jaggeris? Dude, I can kill a purple star Jaggeris. It's not a problem. However, if you don't have a strong fire weapon and you try to fight a purple star Jaggeris, you are in serious trouble. So definitely build a fire weapon. You basically, and that's it. That's all the weapons I need. I don't really do poison. I don't really do paralysis. These are better when you're hunting in groups. I mostly hunt by myself, so it's all about damage. So I have a water weapon. I have an ice weapon. I have a lightning weapon. I have a fire weapon. And that's good enough for me. Now, as for armor, this is a good middle step between where you want to go a certain place. I'm going to give you the strong recommendation of the armor set you need before you beat that Rathalos. But on your way there, this is kind of a little connective tissue between my videos. After you beat that 5-star Palamu, you want to build the Palamu hat and the Palamu gloves. They have a boosting skill that will make it easier to activate your special attack. special attacks in Monster Hunter now are OP AF. So charging that up fast is really, really cool, and it'll get you past a lot of really difficult stuff. The other thing that's nice to build is the Jurotodos chess piece. That has a good skill on it too. It slips my mind what it is, but look, it's good. But the main thing you want to do before you beat that Rathalos is stop using weak armor like this. And don't waste your time upgrading this crap armor. All the armor you get, I have never upgraded a piece of armor, and doing it will waste your time. I did it in the beta, and it wasted all my time. There was no point to upgrading armor until this. I'm going to tell you when to upgrade armor. Is when you start getting armor as good as Raytheon Greaves. Raytheon Greaves might be a piece of armor that's worth upgrading. They have a great skill on them called Health Boost. That gives you more hit points. It can help you survive things. I think this is also kind of a bridge piece of armor. You probably want... this is end game right here. Or mid game. I'm not in the end game, boys. I'm in the mid game. The Rathalos Helm. Now, this is something you're going to farm after you kill the Rathalos. You're not going to be able to farm Rathalos until you kill that urgent quest. But this is like why you want to be prepared, because like this is one of the first things you want to get. Why? Because of that two levels of attack boost is a great skill. But here, this is the main thing you want to be working towards. This is what I am farming right now, is Diablos. This, guys, is what you want more than anything else before you beat that Rathalos, is you want to go out and kill a lot of Diablos. They spawn really commonly in the desert, even when there's not an event going on. Oh boy, that event's like a whole other thing. What a crappy first event, and dude, everybody thinks so. They just really screwed that one up. But go fight Diablos. They're actually just as common as they were in the event. And the armor set, the Diablos armor set is like the single best armor set that you can obtain before you go beat that Rathalos. And I highly recommend getting it. Not just because it has amazing base stats of 82 points of protection per piece, and it's better than anything you can upgrade. All that time you spent upgrading armor is null and void as soon as you start putting on Diablos armor, dude. So just go get the Diablos mail. It's not hard. It has a skill on it called Slugger. This increases your stun power by, you're going to be around 20-25% at level 4. It's really, really good. This is going to help you kill monsters more effectively if you are able to stun them. As you are aware, if you break parts or stun monsters, it is easier to kill the monsters, especially if you're using the sword and shield that has very, very fast attacks that can capitalize on those broken part or stun windows where the monster can't move and you can just wail on it. So this set not only has stun, but it also has part breaker. And so you want to get as much part breaker as you can too. This increases the damage that it actually goes onto the breakable part. There's a damage threshold on every breakable part, and this helps you farm too, because at a certain point you're going to want to break every part off the monster to get a higher percentage chance to get these plates, these rubies, these wyvern gems, these incredibly hard things to get. You want to break parts. So this Diablos armor is going to help you greatly with that. Plus, killing Diablos, I mean, you can build the bow. If you're a bow main, then you're going to want a Diablos bow. But other than that, there are no Diablos weapons that I know of, at least not in the game right now. So all you're going to be doing is just putting all that material into the armor. And this is the armor that I would suggest upgrading, is the Diablos set. I would definitely suggest upgrading the Diablos set. I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth the farm. And upgrade it as much as you can before you kill that Rathalos. You'll be better off for it. Make sure all your weapons are ready. Now, I said there was a caveat, and I did mean it. There is one caveat. One reason to kill that Rathalos early, and that is, until you kill that Rathalos, your daily quests are going to suck. They're going to give crap rewards. As soon as you kill the Rathalos, your daily quests start giving you extremely good rewards for very low effort. So that's the one reason that you don't want to just never kill that Rathalos. Once you do that, you're going to be able to start farming weapon refining parts, armor refining parts. I think they even give you wyvern gems in here. It's crazy what kind of cool stuff you can get out of your daily quest. And these can only be obtained through the daily quest. So don't never beat that Rathalos, but just make sure you're prepared for it because the game does ramp up significantly in difficulty. I've seen so many people warn against progressing too fast. And I will give that warning as well with this one call out here. If you can handle it, if you're good enough, beat that Rathalos and start getting these weapon refining parts ASAP. And I'll see you back here in the next video. If you need more tips and tricks, let me know down in the comments below. There's a lot of other great videos on this channel. Only a few Monster Hunter videos, but like I said, I can make more. Grave diggers, keep digging.